Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Welcome back, period. Goodness, it feels so long since I've been making content. If you guys have been tuning in to the YouTube page, you'll notice nothing has been happening the past couple of days. Sorry about that, guys. Really super busy. So right now, the most I can offer is really the streams. And I'm not even sure how long I can sustain it, but I'll try as long as I can. So thank you for making it to this stream. Steamo, thank you for subbing, man. What a nice welcome. GG, welcome. Hey Mechanical, thanks for joining. Oh my goodness, speaking of Mechanical, I have some stories. I've been watching a lot of stuff recently on my downtime. I don't have enough capacity to record. To have just enough capacity, enough free time to watch. How's everyone doing? Scotsman, excited about that Lucerne DLC? It's in Switzerland, I assume. For Train Sim World. Hey Monroe, thanks for joining. Congrats on your 3080 Ti. Goodness, namaste. And yes, I definitely agree with that no overclocking thing. I used to have a bit of overclocking. Bit by bit, I have been removing it because of instabilities with Microsoft Flight Sim, with streaming, and now I'm running pure base, no overclock at all. I just let the system overclock on its own, safely, more reliably. Less performance, but a lot more stable. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I think we're good. Doing good, man, doing good. Just super busy, but doing well. Swiss DLC, awesome. Yeah, I saw the photos, looks good. If it's Lucerne, then it should be very lakey. Lots of bodies of water you'll be traveling through, I guess. Maybe a little bit of the Alps as well. I'm not sure if you'll see some mountains in there, in that route. But it is not mountainous as far as I know. Maybe just in the horizon. Anyway, so thank you for joining today, guys. We are, well, I am now officially a paying subscriber of PilotEdge. The trial period is over, and I registered my credit card, and they happily took my money. So we are going to make the most of it. And that means we can continue with our cat ratings today. For those who are new, welcome to the channel. I do post all of these in YouTube as well, so anyone can catch up. Because yes, the timing right now of our streams not really the best for folks in Europe, so they mostly catch up in YouTube. Thanks, Timo, appreciate it, man. So this is the VFR Communications and Airspace Training Program. When I first started learning how to fly, started getting into the weeds of proper flight rules, I didn't really pay much mind to VFR. I thought, well, VFR is just, there are hardly any rules, so let's just skip to IFR immediately. And I got into IFR. I learned how to fly procedures, read charts, talk with ATC. So I know a bit about IFR flying, right? But VFR is totally blank to me. Like, I was not even aware of the different class of airspaces and what they meant. So this course is actually very great, very nice to complete that knowledge, because a lot of these you can also carry over to IFR flying, because certain classes of airspaces have their own like speed restrictions, and before I just ignored all of those. So it's nice to get the complete picture this time. So previously, I actually did a couple of these already. So this is their rating. This is their course. And it's not about really the rating. It's more really about learning. You know, so I'm not very keen about certifications or things like that. Personally, I'm looking for the experience. And this one covers the experience that is very practical. So I like to go through all of these. And the rating is just like icing on the cake. So The Cat 01, the non-towered, I did that offline. It's not really eventful. You don't really talk to ATC, but you do announce on common traffic frequencies. So there's still that multiplayer aspect, right? Working with other pilots to navigate and land at the airports. And then we did Cat 2 and 3 maybe 2 weeks ago, if you guys remember. So we talked to ATC for the first time. We did the pattern work in San Luis Obispo. Sierra Bravo Papa is the airport name. And now we're continuing. So hopefully today we can tackle, because you can only take 2 certifications at a time per day. So hopefully we can do 4 and 5. We'll see. Cat 04 and Cat 05. Class Delta to Class Delta, and then another Class Delta to Class Delta, but this time with flight following. So the first one is without, the second one is with. So we'll get to see how different that is, and we'll get to see how it is to fly VFR with actually doing VFR. Because normally, if you say VFR in the sim, it's mainly means no ATC, right? No rules. But here, we're going to really try and follow VFR, visual flight rules. So let's go and do that. Class Delta to Class Delta. Yeah, it's pretty fun, mechanical. Yes, I highly recommend it. Actually, it's a bit egotistical, is that a term? But I actually enjoy it so much. I've been watching my own stream. I'm watching my own VOD because I enjoyed it so much. So hope you enjoy it too. I don't do that often, but for those that I really enjoy, I am happy to repeat the experience. Alright, so we have San Luis County Regional Airport to Santa Maria. If you guys remember in the previous stream, we actually traveled. We actually did this flight already, but we tried it IFR, and I actually did something wrong in that IFR flight in the beginning, in the departure particularly. Thankfully, someone in YouTube commented about it, and I learned my mistake. I'll share more as we get to the airport, because I'm not sure if we will need to do it again. Not sure how it works with DFR, but we will see. Right, so it's very short, 22 miles only. This is how it looks in PilotEdge, Sky Vector rather, and the weather is perfect. Sky clear. Still amazing weather here in California. Awesome. Alright. So learning objectives, radio communications when departing a Class Delta, when arriving at a Class Delta, and basic VFR navigation skills. Okay. Successfully complete this rating. Okay. Without any en route ATC services. So remember, we don't have flight following here. So we're kind of navigating on our own in between. What was that? Steamo, goodness. Hey, thank you. Goodness. I'm not sure what I'm doing to deserve it, but thank you very much for that donation. Hey, appreciate it, man. Oh my goodness. Yes, Timo just covered the PilotEdge subscription. I'm speechless. Thank you. Hope you're enjoying the streams. Awesome. No pressure, right? Awesome, man. Thanks again. Oh my goodness. Alright, let me get my bearings back. Amazing stuff. Alright, so we have located in Class Delta airspace. Alright. You must have two-way radio communication. So in a Class Delta airspace, it's not really that strict. You don't need to get like explicit permission to enter the airspace. It's more like you have to just tell them that you're there, and then if they don't explicitly tell you to stay away, then you can enter. Yeah, so it's kind of exclusion kind of thing. So an example is like this. Let's see. So it's a Class Delta in between both airports. So you can review that here. Alright, so we're starting from here in the northwest, San Luis Obispo. So if we zoom in, you can see this like blue dashed lines. Alright, that's the Class Delta border, and you can see here the bracketed number 27. that means this class Delta airspace is from the surface. It's always from the surface, whatever the level of that surface is, if it's up the mountains or on the sea level, but it's from the surface up to this altitude. Then this is MSL. Right, so it's from the ground to 2,700 feet, MSL. And then the destination is also similar, bit of a different shape, circle with a bit of extension in there, but it says here 28. Right, so it's mostly similar, but in between there's there are these red things. These are class Echo airspaces. Not really that needed to be particular about it, so we can imagine that as having nothing. For me, class Echo is like, you don't need to really worry ourselves about that. So those class 2 Delta airspaces are the ones that are important. And what I learned from Fabio recently, he mentioned this in one of his streams, I believe the radius of this one is, I think, 4 nautical miles. So from the airport, the edges of that airspace is 4 nautical miles. That's why they recommend that you get in touch. Remember, the requirement is you communicate with them before you enter. So before you enter that 4-mile radius, they recommend around 10 miles is when you start contacting them, so you have enough time to communicate and them enough time to locate you and maybe shut you out if necessary. So there's a bit of buffer in there, right? Okay, but how did that work? So we are departing from a class Delta. That's something I don't think I have done yet. So let's work on that. So when departing a class Delta airport, start by contacting ground with your location. So where we're parked, direction of departure, and the ATIS code. Okay, so first we have to listen to ATIS and then we contact ground. Okay, and then they will issue us taxi instructions. Okay. Tower will issue either specific departure instructions or a general on-course clearance. Okay. Oh, okay. So this can be okay. Depends. So for example, for a south departure, they could instruct us to do a left downwind departure, right downwind departure, until simply tell you south departure approved. Okay. So how does that work? Left downwind departure. So if the runway is like that, let's say this one, a left downwind departure from runway, I don't know what this is, maybe let's say 30. Left downwind departure would mean we turn left on crosswind, we turn left on downwind, so this leg here, and then that's when we continue on course, right? If they tell us right downwind departure, then we depart this runway, turn right crosswind, right downwind, and then we proceed on course. I guess that's how that works if they told us that specifically. Okay. Once clear of the class Delta airspace, remember the radius, the 4 nautical mile radius, it is not necessary to ask tower for a frequency change. I see. So we don't even need to wait for them to hand us out. I expected they tell us to say leaving my airspace, frequency change approved. No, so that's something I often hear, but apparently that's not really required or doesn't always happen. So if we go out of their airspace, we can just switch to any because we're leaving the airspace, so we can just tune into center, tune into CTAF or whichever it is. Okay. So there's a transcript in here just for an example. We don't really need to worry about it so much, but it could go like this. So we contact ground, say our aircraft type, our tail number, where we are, where we're going. Don't even have to tell the airport, just saying going to the south departure. And then we want to taxi, and then we have information echo. And then they'll tell us, they'll acknowledge, and then they'll tell us which runway. Oh, it's 29, not 30. Yeah, we were close. 29, taxi via Alpha. Okay, then we repeat. Then we taxi, and then when we're near the hold short line, we can automatically switch to tower, what we've been told last time. That's still something new to me. I would have expected be handed from ground to tower, but apparently you can move to tower immediately as you are on the end of the runway. Holding short, okay, then they'll tell us to do that, whatever that is. If it's a left downwind departure to the south, or whichever, we read that back and then we take off. And then we always have the guard frequency, the emergency frequency 1 to 1.5 monitored on the second in COM 2. Okay, so that's how it works. Interesting. They actually didn't have a transcript for when you arrive, but I guess that's because we covered it already in the previous course, where you say 10 miles to the northwest, and then we have to get 80s beforehand. Request full stop landing with echo, or whatever the information is. Okay, but yeah, it looks like it's pretty straightforward, right? What altitude should we be at? That's always a blurry topic to me. It's not so clear. When we did this IFR flight, they assigned us 4,000. I'm not sure if it's okay if I say 5,500. Well, I don't really need to say anything, right? Because we'll be flying VFR. ATC isn't really even concerned what altitude we're flying, because once we get out of their airspace, they don't care about us anymore. So it's up to us. But I wanted to focus on the departure here in San Luis, because this is where I got myself wrong in the last stream, and I'll need to open Navigraph for that. 1 second. Sorry guys, I know a lot of talking, but I really enjoy this nerdery. I hope you guys are into this kind of stuff as well, because yeah, this is really what I enjoy. So San Luis Obispo, if you look at the chart here, so we departed runway 29 in the last stream, and when we were getting our IFR clearance, the controller actually told us, so when we were requested IFR clearance to Santa Barbara, Santa Maria, they told us to do the runway 29 departure procedure. If you guys remember that, runway 29er departure procedure. And I immediately, okay, it's a departure procedure, so it's a SID, right? It's a standard instrument departure procedure. It's a SID. So they told us runway 29 departure procedure, and I immediately went to SIDS and looked for a runway 29 relevant departure. So this is runway 11, so that's not it. This is runway 29, so I think this is what I chose, the CREP 3 departure. But it sounded a bit weird to me that they were phrasing it differently. Instead of saying CREP 3 departure, they said runway 29 departure procedure. And where I got corrected in YouTube, and thank you for that, by the way, and I confirmed it later on that it is indeed what the controller meant. I asked in the PilotEdge Discord to confirm it, but actually they were not referring to this CREP 3 departure, even though it's a runway 29er departure procedure. They were actually referring, if you look here, there's actually a runway 29er obstacle departure procedure. That was the missing keyword in my brain. Because I heard departure procedure, I immediately jumped to SID. But actually what they were referring to was a runway 29er obstacle departure procedure. So I should have clarified that with them. I should have just asked. Because here they actually tell you to climb on heading 290, so runway heading, and then you're going to intercept a particular radial of a VOR, and then you're going to fly towards that VOR, and then hold until you reach at or above 4,000. Now it kind of makes sense why the IFR flight we did was up to 4,000, because that's the minimum altitude on that departure procedure. So that kind of makes sense now. But yeah, it's interesting stuff, and it taught me that I have to be more aware of these obstacle departure procedures. So I'm not sure if doing a VFR departure, if they can assign us this one, or this is only for IFR. But we'll listen, and then we'll see what they give us. If Tower tells us to do the obstacle departure procedure, then we follow it. but I'm not sure. Hopefully not needed. Hey, Boss Ash. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Just getting into the weeds here in a bit. So I think that looks good. So let's go and start this up. By the way, no, I'll do it later. Let's load up first because if you guys remember, we do have this common issue in the sim, for me at least, where 1 second. KSBP, sorry, Sierra Papa, Bravo Papa. I have this common issue in the sim where it hangs on me. Let's go and stay here, closer to the ramp. 1 second. Yeah, that's the FBO. Okay. It's not the transient parking, we're at the FBO. Okay, good. And then let's set this to my local time. 8:24 in the morning. Alright. If anyone wants to fly with me, more than welcome to. PilotEdge won't see you, but I can. So I'll leave this in all players. And then just make sure you're in the Southeast Asia server. Okay, looks good. Hey Game Theorist, welcome back, man. You don't learn SID until you get your instrument rating. Yeah, this one. See, I don't know why this happens, and only on stream. If I fly offline, this doesn't happen. So it kind of hangs on that, they kind of fade in. I really have to learn to load things up beforehand. Sorry about this, but yeah, it looks like we'll have to. It's kind of like happened how many times to us now? 3 times? And I'm kind of wondering if it's related to that 12 midnight Zulu bug. That it's fixed now, but maybe the loading is still not. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is really. Right, so let's do that again. Let me read it up. You don't learn SID until you get your instrument rating, so if you're in VFR, they wouldn't assume you can do any of that. Ah, that makes a lot of sense. Does that include, do you think, the departure procedure? So let's go here. So the SID, what game theorists' thought process is this is a SID, this is a standard instrument departure, and it says it there, instrument departure. So if you're flying VFR, they will not assume that you know how to fly an instrument departure, so they won't assign you this one. But the next question is, would they still be able to assign you this one, the obstacle departure procedure? Because this one can be a visual climb. This is not an instrument departure per se. At least it doesn't look like it. I don't see the instrument terminology. So maybe this one they can still assign? I'm not really sure. It would be interesting. Maybe that's my next question to PilotEdge. Just so I'm prepared. Because following this procedure, it's a bit more complex. While we're waiting for the sim to load, maybe we can do that. Maybe we can try and draw it a bit. How do we do that? What's the best way to draw it? Little nav map, I guess, would be good. Let's load up little nav map. To nav map. I summon you. Okay. Alright. So let's go to San Luis Obispo. Right, that's this one. And if we look at the chart, it's saying climb on heading 2990. So that's easy enough, right? That's straightforward enough. That's basically saying fly runway heading. And is it really runway heading? Yes, 2990 is the runway heading. So fly runway heading to intercept Mike Quebec Oscar VOR. Rail 050 of this VOR. What does that mean? So first things first, we look for that VOR. And it might be this one because it's near. Yes, indeed, it is the Morro Bay San Luis Obispo VOR. It's actually a VORTAC. Mike Quebec Oscar, so it's this one. So it's saying intercept the 050 radial of this guy, right? And what is the 050 radial of this guy? So what we can do just to visualize that is to draw a line from the VOR on a 050. I guess that's a true heading, not magnetic. You know what? I'm not sure. Let's go with true. Like so. So if we draw a line 050 degrees like that, and then they're saying we depart from runway 29er, which is this one, right? So we depart from runway 29er this way. So we can, let's say like the localizer, this green line, we can follow that all the way until we intercept this radial. Yeah, and then we turn left towards the VOR. So it's actually like a go straight and then turn left once we intercept that radial. Climb on heading 2990 to intercept the 050 radial of this Morro Bay VOR to Morro Bay VOR. That's how I know that we intercepted. And where do we go? Do we turn right or do we turn left? Because it's saying to the VOR, so we are going towards that. So we're turning left. And hold. So we'll need to hold there. Continue climb in the holding pattern, and then here they even specify what the holding pattern is. Holding southeast, left turn, 306 inbound. So it's kind of like a, how do you draw it? An oval with, maybe, can I draw it here? Add holding, yes. So we could say left turn, course would be, is the course here the inbound or the outbound? I think normally it's outbound. So 306, what is the reciprocal of that? 126? Something like that. Let's see. No, I think it's the course is inbound, so I just have to do that there. 1 second, guys. Oh, the loading is finished and not done yet. Remove holding, and then let's add a holding. Let's say this is 306. Yeah, so this is how it looks. 306 inbound. Right, so it's basically telling us to depart runway heading, intercept the 050 radial, and then from here hold. So we do probably a direct entry into the holding pattern until we climb to 4,000 feet, and then we can leave this area. So it's an obstacle departure procedure. So at the end of the day, it's built in there to prevent any risk of hitting mountains or any other obstacles, right? So it's basically there to allow us to climb safely to 4,000 before we go on our way. So that's something that was completely invisible to me, and that's a great learning. But yeah, I doubt they'll assign us this one with a VFR departure, but just to be on the safe side, just so we are familiar with it. Okay, let's try that again. Hopefully this time it works. Start at the FBO, which is somewhere here. Yeah, this is the FBO. Okay. Looks good. Really? No, they're good. Okay, there you go. Whew, got nervous. Yeah, so when it comes through that fade in, when it fully shows the screen, and it's not like halfway between a black screen and the loading screen, then I know that it will continue. I'm not really sure why. Do you guys encounter that too? I don't really get it. Hey, good. Here we are. Welcome to San Luis, everybody. Which reminds me, I have to leave that area immediately because the loading screen actually was a bit problematic for me. The loading screen actually got me into a copyright issue with YouTube because of that new music that they use in the loading before you press ready to fly. It actually produced a lot of headaches on my end. I had to edit the video and cut out that screen there. So hopefully that was not too long to get captured by YouTube again. I already reported that to Microsoft and they said they'll look into it. So hopefully they will. Parking brake is set. Let's go and go through our checklist here quickly before we get started with flying. Magnetos are off. Yes, battery switch. Let's turn that on here. I do have my switch in here. Tanks are half. That looks good. Fuel quantity, annunciators, they're lit up. Battery switch, you cannot turn that off. And let's go and check our flight controls first. Okay. Free. They correct, left, right. Right, left. Pull and push. Looks good. Rudders working. Good. Alright, start with the left tank. Flaps are working fine. And trim is almost in the middle from my last flight. Good. Yes, thanks for bringing it up, Game Theorist. It was a problem with my ISP, my internet service provider here in Singapore. They had some DNS problems. So my workaround was to use another DNS server. I used Google, I think, and it worked. And then eventually later in the day, my ISP fixed their problem and I was able to revert back. So hopefully today we don't get that problem. But even if we do, I have a workaround for it now. So we'll see. Exterior walk around. Let's say we did that before. Circuit breakers are in. Alternate air is off. And for those who are not familiar what a DNS server is, it's a technical mumbo jumbo that I don't understand either. But basically, it converts what you enter, like a website, like PilotEdge.com. It converts that to the actual IP address of the server you're connecting to, like the numbers. 12.154. something. So there has to be that kind of lookup table where you type PilotEdge and it gets converted to the real IP address. So that kind of conversion is missing because there was a problem with that server handling all of those conversions. So in the end, I could not connect to PilotEdge. But now, hopefully, we don't have that. We'll see. We'll start the engine shortly and we will know. Right. Throttle open 1/2 inch. Battery and alternator on. Let's turn on the beacon as well. You can see my avionics remain off because I now have my avionics master mapped to a button in my Honeycomb Alpha. Even though the Arrow does not have an avionics switch of its own, you have to remove the circuit breaker, pull the circuit breaker. You can actually map a key to the avionics master to keep them off. Just do it properly. Good. Turn on the nav lights as well, why not? Then let's prime the engine. Fuel pump. Mixture full. Fuel pressure, fuel flow, couple of seconds. That should be good enough. Right, we are ready to start. Clear prop. There we go. Good start. No warnings. Let's double check. Oil pressure in the green. Oil temperature still cold. Fuel pressure looks good. 1500 RPM. That looks good. Right, that looks stable. Now we can turn on the avionics. There we go. We have 1, we have 2. Looks good. Check. Yes, it's working. Instrument panel self-test. Okay. So we are in the... It's interesting. They don't actually have a name for this.
TOS. System test okay.
I would have thought they would have said FBO in there, or what the name of the FBO is. Okay. Looks good. Let's go and connect to PilotEdge, start hearing some audio. And so we know if I can connect this time. November 4131 Charlie, Papa 28 Romeo. Okay. Give me a few seconds. I have to restart the client because I closed the SIM. connected. Nice. Okay, good. Alright, so let's use the proper charts in here. We can use the actual frequencies 121.6 and then 124 and then 80 is 120.6. Let me put this on my left screen so I have a bit of guidance in there. Okay, so let's maintain those. 206. Transfer that. We'll listen to that in a bit. Over here we want 21.6 for ground.
Departure.
595 Mike Whiskey, Bearing Tower, runway 8 line up, await neutral spacing from the 172.
Runway 8, line up and await, Sirius 5 Mike Whiskey.
And let me turn on the auto ducking thing so that their volume goes down when I'm speaking.
595 Mike Whiskey, runway 8 clear for takeoff. The 172 is about a 1 mile upwind right now.
That should work now. Yeah,
runway
I think that
8 clear
works.
for takeoff.
There we
Fire
go.
up at the traffic, Sirius 5 Mike Whiskey.
Okay. Hey, equalizer. Good morning. How are you guys? Okay, man. Thanks for joining, man. Welcome back. I also didn't get it, to be honest.
Aero 1927 Hotel, about a 4 mile final runway 29.
Number 1927 Hotel, runway 29 are clear to land.
Clear to land runway 29 or Aero 1927 Hotel.
Santa Maria. Over here as well. There we go. Looks good. Let's go turn that to traffic. We actually see someone's landing. Where's the runway anyway? I think it's behind us. Yeah, he looks like he's on final.
595 Mike Whiskey, radar contact SoCal departure.
Over to SoCal, Sirius 5 Mike Whiskey.
We'll see him shortly. Okay, scroll through the stuff here. Landing lights, we'll turn that on later. Avionics are on, radios are set. Transponder, let's set that to VFR. Altimeters, yes, so let's listen to the ATIS now and let L list it down.
Instructions. Advise on initial contact that you have information Foxtrot.
Foxtrot.
San Luis County Regional Airport, ATIS information Foxtrot. 2356 Zulu. Wind 290 at 9er. Visibility 10. Sky condition, clear. Temperature 26. Dew point 8. Altimeter 3005. Arriving and departing runway 9er. Visual approaches in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact that you have information Foxtrot.
Nice. Alright, we have Foxtrot. 290 at 9er. Beautiful weather here, clear skies, and 26 degrees Celsius. Super comfy. Yes, I can talk to ATC. This is a separate paid service where you can actually talk with professional controllers. There's the guy landing. Awesome. We're getting a treat here. Let's watch him land. Yeah, you can see his gear now. He's doing the flare. There he is. Good. Hey, Soggy. Thanks for joining, man. Yes, indeed. Every plane is another player.
Chino ground, November 1399er, North GA ramp, current with Charlie. Request flight following to San Diego, Lindbergh.
005.
Intend to cruise
3005 and the airport
type
elevation is
Cessna
212, so
310,
that
land
checks
call.
there. 3005. 200 feet. Yeah, that looks good. Perfect.
Number 13999 Junior ground, just to verify, you said you were Cessna 310, correct?
And I do
Affirmative,
need
Twin
to
Cessna 310,
file
1399.
a flight plan because we are
13999 Roger,
doing,
departure frequency 135.4, squawk 6610.
we are doing the Cat 4,
Departure 135.4, squawk 6610, 13999.
right? Yeah, I
Number
think so.
3999, read that correct? Are you ready to taxi now?
Okay, so let's go file flight plan.
No, not yet. I'll call you back shortly.
And let's go
1399.
November 4131 Charlie. We are a Papa 28 Romeo.
San Luis Tower Air 1927
Equipment code
Hotel.
will probably be
Clear
this one at the
29
last.
on Juliet,
To
and we're parking
airspeed would
straight
be
ahead.
around 120.
Number 1927
Departure would
Hotel Taxi,
be
Juliet to the
Sierra
right
Bravo
of frequency. Just
Papa.
stop after the whole short line next time.
Kilo Sierra
Next time we'll
Mike
stop after the
X-ray.
whole short line and clear the taxi with you straight ahead.
Yeah,
Air
that's good.
1927 Hotel.
And then cruising altitude. Oh yeah, I don't know what my cruising altitude would be. I guess 5,500 because we're headed east, and then it's minimum 4,000. So I just might be too high, but that's fine. Okay, 5,500. No route. PilotEdge rating flight. We want a Cat 4. Okay, so let's file that flight plan. Thanks. Okay, good. November 4131 Charlie. Yes, that is us. Yeah, looks good. All right. So now we have Foxtrot. What do? We request for taxi, right? So VFR departure to the southeast. Request taxi with Foxtrot. Okay, let's try that out. San Luis ground, arrow 4131 Charlie. VFR departure to the southeast. Request taxi with Foxtrot, and we're doing the Cat 4 rating.
Number 4131 Charlie, San Luis ground, stay parking.
We're at the FBO 4131 Charlie.
Number 4131 Charlie, Roger. Which FBO?
It's the one in between Ron parking and the East Hangar. 4131 Charlie.
Number 31 Charlie, Roger. Runway 29, taxi via Alpha.
29er via Alpha 4131 Charlie. I knew there should have been a name there. This is the best I could give. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All of these are FBOs. Okay, good. So let's go in taxi. Turn on our landing lights. Let's try and stay away from these guys. 29er via Alpha. Okay, so that's pretty much straightforward there.
San Luis ground, Skyhawk 5105 on the west side ramp. Ready to taxi for VFR departure to the south with Foxtrot.
Oh, someone's doing the
5105 San Luis ground. You said you're at the west ramp, correct?
Yes, the west side ramp.
Okay, number 105 runway 29er, taxi via Juliet Echo Alpha. Hold short runway 29er at Echo.
Okay, taxi via Juliet Echo Alpha, hold short at 29. I'm sorry, you said hold short at Echo at 29?
Correct, hold short of runway 29er on Echo.
read the name of the big
short,
hangar. That's true.
5105.
Yeah, we would have more information in real life. There would most likely be a name. Now I'll need to do my run up first, so we'll taxi here nearby, and then we'll get in touch with Tower as we get closer. But where do I stop? Where's the run up? The run up area. But to be fair, I'm not sure, so I'm just going to go through here. And then let's face into the wind, like so. And let's do the run up here. Good. Right, so let's do the ground check. Parking brake is set. Mixture, set that to full rich. Max RPM. Throttle, set that to 2000 RPM.
5105 cross runway 29er at Echo.
Cross runway 29 at Echo 5105.
Looks good. Magnetos, let's go and check. Right. Slight drop in the RPM, slight drop in fuel flow. Check the other one. Looks good. Alright. Then left, right. Alright, okay, good. Vacuum gauge, that looks good. 4.9, all pressure and temperature in the green. Ammeter is working, annunciations are good. Let's exercise the propeller. Just a little in there. There we go. Alternate air is off as well as fuel pump. But fuel pressure is still good. That's good. Engine idle. So let's pull the throttle all the way back. See how low the RPM will go. I think it normally goes to around 800. 700 if we're lucky. It doesn't really reach the 600 to 650. Yeah. And then go to 1200. And let's pull back on the mixture again a bit, so we don't foul the spark plugs. Good. Right.
Chino ground, Twin Nest 1399 North GA ramp. Current with Charlie, now ready to taxi.
1399er, runway 26 right, taxi via Alpha Papa, cross runway 21 at Alpha.
26 right via Alpha Papa, cross 21 at Alpha 1399.
Actually, someone taxiing in here. Interesting. Yeah, they don't have their...
4131 Charlie, San Luis ground.
4131 Charlie, go ahead.
Yeah, I show you, well, let's see, you're not short of the runway, I don't think, or at least I don't see you short of the runway. Same intentions?
Yes, we're just doing a run-up. We'll be ready shortly. 4131 Charlie.
Roger.
Good. Right, let's go and turn this on.
San Luis Tower, Sky 5105, holding short, runway 29, ready to depart to the south.
5105, San Luis Tower, southbound departure approved, runway 29, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 29, 5105.
Okay. Right, so we're good there now. But before we do that, I do want to tune into Santa Maria as well. Get ready for the frequencies in there because they do have their own ATIS as well. This is
Western Tower, Sirius 595 Mike Whiskey. We're 6 to the north with information X-ray for full stop.
12115.
595 Mike Whiskey, Fullerton Tower, in the right base, runway 24, runway 24, clear to land.
Right base 24, clear to land, Sirius 5 Mike Whiskey.
Miami's ground at 65537, signature request taxi to the left.
Alright, 65537 Long Beach, ground runway 26 left, taxi via Foxtrot.
Physics via Foxtrot for 537.
San Luis ground, Arrow 4131 Charlie. We're done with our ground check. Can you confirm taxi to 29 via Alpha? Still good.
Number 31 Charlie, still valid. Taxi runway 29 via Alpha.
29 via Alpha 4131 Charlie. Just checking because someone came in a while ago and I don't want to just assume that I still have that clearance. Yeah, these days I think it's better to ask, right? Rather than assume stuff. Okay, looking good. Let's do our check here. Alternator, fuel pump, start the timer. Let's go and turn this to altitude reporting. And then our utilities. Let's restart that. Right. Switch to tower. San Luis Tower, Arrow 4131 Charlie, holding short, runway 29 ready for departure.
Number 4131 Charlie, San Luis Tower, runway 29 clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 29 4131 Charlie. Okay, let's do our checks, last minute checks. Gas, undercarriage, mixture full, prop switches, clear on final, runway is clear. Looks good. So we'll do our, oh, that's one thing I forgot, setting the course needle in the heading needle. Yeah, the course is not aligned. We'll fix that later. Looking good.
Fullerton Tower, Skyhawk 13312, about
Takeoff power is set.
miles north of Fullerton.
Double check. Yeah, pressure, temperature in the green.
With X-ray.
Number 13312
Come
Fullerton Tower,
from
runway right base, runway 24, runway 24
bit
to
to
the
the
left,
right.
following the Sierra Santa Mile.
Airspeed's alive. 70 knots.
We'll watch for the traffic and enter right base for A24.
Crap there, but doing fine.
Number 312, runway 24, clear the lane.
34K to land, Skyhawk 13312.
Right, at the brakes. Gear up. And then while we're doing that, let's fix the course needle here to 143 track. 143 would be something like that. That should be close enough.
And Lewis, ground, Skyhawk 92131.
Number 92131, St. Louis ground.
Good.
They
didn't really give us any particular instructions, right?
Yep, I hear you just fine. You're also connected on an active taxiway.
Do you want me to move off?
Good.
Please,
Right.
you can slew off if that's fine.
Will do. Sorry, first time. Thank you.
Okay. Number 5, Mike Moski, left Foxtrot, taxi Foxtrot Alpha to the ramp this frequency. Cat 9er is a pass.
Alright, left Foxtrot, Foxtrot to the ramp. Serious Bob Mike Whiskey, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, set 537.
Just going to go straight
I-4B.
and see if they will
I did not
say
hear the call sign.
something.
Sorry, who was that?
I don't think so.
That's 65537, hold chart to success for I-4B.
Number 65537, long base tower, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 537 to success.
I think we should have gone through here because we told them departure to the southeast, so we should have gone to the southeast
Number
right now.
139, runway Chino Tower, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff.
26 right, clear for takeoff, 1399.
Beautiful. This sim is beautiful. Goodness. So yes, they didn't really assign us any obstacle departure procedure, right? It's all visual. So that might also be more on IFR, maybe? I'll have to look into that. Yeah, let's climb to 5,500 here so that we are safe. And then I'll have to get ready my frequencies as well, so we should be pretty close. 118.3 would be the tower frequency in Santa Maria. So when we are 10 miles away, I should get in touch with them so that they'll guide me how I can land.
Contact SoCal departure.
Over to departure 1399.
Number 65537, contact SoCal departure.
SoCal departure, 553.
Looking good. Turn off the landing lights. Looks good. Maybe let's take a photo. Looking good. Right. Are we out of their airspace? Let's zoom in and see. Not really. We're still right in the middle. But we did tell them we're doing a southeast departure, so we should be good there. This is the Piper Arrow 3. I believe this is the same model if you watched Black Widow.
Number 312, taxi Echo Alpha to the ramp this frequency.
The Black Widow latest movie from Black Widow. In the beginning, the scene with the airplane, this is the same airplane. Man, this place is nice. Such variety. Yeah, the destination is so near. It's actually like 20 miles away. And we're now outside the airspace because it only goes up to 2,700 and we are now at 4,500. So we actually don't need to tune in there anymore.
Milligram Skyhawk 92131.
So I can actually tune in to tower frequency already for Santa Maria. And then I can also prepare the ground frequency to 19.
I use that runway a lot, so are you able to just respawn into a parking spot?
We're at the control, sorry.
You can also see a couple of different aircraft in the vicinity.
Are you able to disconnect and then taxi on your own and then reconnect?
Right, looks good. 5,500 actually looks like overkill. But we'll worry about descending later.
Number 202 Whiskey Palm Springs Tower, wind 1206, runway 13 right, clear the lane, safe parking.
Does this place even have IFR conditions? I know, right? Yeah, but actually it does. A couple of weeks back, it was pretty much IMC in here. Yeah. Almost zero visibility. But yeah, it doesn't happen often, I think. Let's stick to 5,500.
Number 202 Whiskey, you can find the
Start pulling back on the throttle. Start pulling back on the RPM. That's steady hum. Let's get to 2,200 feet. And actually, I think we should start our descent soon enough. We'll see, we'll see. 2,200, yeah, that looks good. And let's lean the mixture. I actually have not been leaning the mixture. It's my bad. If you look in the lower right corner of the screen, the EGT is moving. There's the peak. I want to go rich of peak. There you go. That should be my power setting for this climb. So right now we're not really talking to anyone because we don't have flight following. So we're doing everything VFR. So we're on our own here. And we have to be very conscious of traffic. That's why I have my traffic radar in here. So we have one guy 2,400 below us going that way. He's no factor. But it would be nice if we can spot him just for sightseeing purposes, right? Let's see. You guys see him? He's kind of like 2 miles, 2 o'clock. Goodness, it is so hard to spot planes in real life, huh? Let's try not move and see if we can spot him. You guys see anything? Oh my goodness, so hard. I don't see nothing. It's actually to our right now. That might be why. Oh, there he is. He's the one. Yeah, that might be him. Cool. Alright, 13 miles away. Should get in touch with tower soon. Maybe we should start descending as well. Because if we're at 5,500 and this airport is around sea level, more or less, we have to lose that 4,500. And let's say 4,000 times 3, 12. Yeah, we should start our descent now, 12 miles away. So let me start my descent here. And if that didn't make sense, I computed my current altitude, 5,000. Let's stick it to 5,000 just for simplicity. And then the altitude I want to get to eventually, which is 1,000, which is the pattern altitude. So I need to lose 5,000 minus 1,000 equals 4,000. I need to lose 4,000 feet. And I multiply that by 3. So that's 12. Remove the zeros, remove the thousands. So that's 4 times 3, 12. And that means I need to start descending 12 miles away from the airport. Alright, and we are almost 10 miles. So, oh crap, we have to listen to ATIS.
Is in use.
Read back all runway
There's
assignments and hold short instructions.
Bravo.
Advise on initial contact. You have information
Yankee.
Here at Bravo.
Santa Maria Public Airport,
left at
8
Bravo.
information Yankee, 2351 Zulu, wind 280 at 6, visibility 10, sky condition, clear, temperature 23, dew point 10, altimeter 3007, arriving and departing runway 30, visual approaches in use.
Okay,
Read
visual.
back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Yankee.
Alright, we have Yankee 3007. Let's do that
Santa Maria
twice.
Public Airport, 8 is
Switch
information
that
Yankee.
back. It's worked. We are 10 miles to the northwest. 8 miles rather. Santa Maria Tower, Arrow 4131 Charlie, 8 miles to the northwest. With information Yankee, request full stop landing.
Number 4131 Charlie, Santa Maria Tower, just to verify you're 4 miles west.
8 miles to the northwest.
Number 4131 Charlie, roger, report 4 miles northwest, enter right downwind runway 30.
Enter right downwind runway 30, 4131 Charlie. And did he say report 4 miles to the northwest? Maybe. Right. Right downwind runway 30, okay. Runway 30. We're also descending a bit too fast, so let's shallow that out. And let's go and go procedures, approach. Let's go to a visual runway 30. Load and activate. Report 4 nautical mile. Okay, thank you. Oh crap, I didn't say that, huh? I should have read that back. Not sure if that's going to be taken against me. 303. Right downwind is this one, right? Yeah, right downwind is this one. Where am I going? Good. There we go. That's better. And when we're 4 miles, I will report in. Thanks, dearest. Glad to have co-pilots. Alright. 4 miles. We're descending, continue descending. Arrow 4131 Charlie is 4 miles to the northwest, entering right downwind for runway 30.
Number 413 on Charlie, runway 30, clear to land 12806.
Clear to land runway 30, Arrow 4131 Charlie. Nice. Not much activity in here, that's good. We'll need to switch tanks soon. Let's do that now. Let's not descend too fast. Looking good. Right. Start lowering our landing gear here. There's the switch tanks warning, which we already did. Good. Continuing to descend. Hey KD, how are your eyes doing? Right. Landing lights on. Fuel pump is on. Let's do our landing checks. Gas. We are good. We switch tanks. Fuel pump is on. Undercarriage. We have 3 greens. Flaps will follow. Actually, flaps can go now. Okay. Mixture And props, full forward. Switches, yeah, landing lights are on. Let's turn off the automatic gear extension. There we go. We have the runway in sight still, that's good. We're a bit high though. Right. So for second notch of flaps. Much better, hey, great to hear. Right. Continue descending here. Turning base. We have been cleared to land, so we're good. Turning final, we should be much lower. So we go full flaps here. Actually, no, we're good. We're good. We're catching up to the glide path. There it is. And then it's a right turn. Actually,
500.
no. It's a left turn to the FBO. Okay. There we go. Right. Trim up, trim up. Full flaps. Looking good. Gas, undercarriage, mixture, prop, switches, all good. Yes. Right. Right on the glide path. Perfect.
Alright, so we're set at 65537.
Winds coming from the front. Let's pitch up a bit.
65537,
Slow us down.
126015, runway 29 right, clear to
So
land.
it's a left turn on the next available taxiway. Looking good.
Number 65537, runway 29 right, clear to land.
Runway 29 right, 65537, stay for that.
Right. Let's keep it steady. Trim up. Start lowering. There we go. Ease it in, ease it in. Little bit of left rudder. There we go. Right. And we should be looking, pulling back the mixture a bit. Should have a taxiway to the left. This one. This one, yes. Whoa. Right. Here. And then we'll stop after this whole short line. Good. Good. Good job, guys. We did it. Not sure if we passed, but we landed safely. Hey Mockingbird, Tribulator, thanks for following, guys. Welcome to the stream. Right. Stop here. Let's clean up the plane. Flaps up. Good. Arrow 4131 Charlie is clear of the runway. Request taxi to the FBO.
4131 Charlie, taxi Bravo to the ramp. That's frequency. Cat 4 is a pass.
Taxi to the ramp by Bravo. Thank you very much, 4131 Charlie. Nice. Alright, we passed. Bravo. What's this one? So I guess maybe there is something there. I don't know. We did it, guys. Yeah, I don't want to go to the FBO actually in that side because you remember there's like huge slant in there. So I don't want to repeat it if possible. But this is Bravo.
St. Louis ground, Skyhawk 4, Alpha Golf, East Hangars.
Hey gamers, thanks for that.
Taxi with Golf.
Oil spill, you absolutely creased that landing. Well, thankfully we had good weather.
Runway 29 via Alpha 4 Alpha Golf.
Yeah, this is going to be embarrassing because I got lost. All right, let's get in touch. Arrow 4131 Charlie, sorry, we're a bit new to the airport. I think we got lost. We're here at the Bravo 3 intersection. I would like to request taxi to the FBO.
Okay, number 413 on Charlie, if you pull your airport chart up, and that way you won't get lost. You can make a 180 on Bravo, and you can taxi via Bravo Echo to the Jet Center.
Ah, there we go. Okay, thank you. Bravo Echo, the Jet Center. Arrow 4131 Charlie, thanks for the help. Wallet mouth, that's not a truck. Indeed, a bit smaller. So indeed, we actually should have gotten Bravo then Echo. All right, then we'll have to go through that dangerous slope again.
Long Beach clearance.
That's okay.
Echo, IFR to Riverside.
You guys hear what he said in the beginning about me not getting lost anymore? Didn't quite get it, but at least we got the tax instructions. Ah, I can open the charts and we won't get lost. I see. Is that what he said? Yeah, actually, I have the charts open already and it still got lost. So, what's that say about me?
Left heading 200. Radar vector COB 3Y, then it's 5. Yeah. Maintain 3,000. Expect 5,000 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 128.1, squawk 7102.
Alright, clear the Riverside via departure flight runway heading to 800 feet, then heading 200, vectors Seal Beach as filed. Maintain 3,000, expect
that's what I noticed 10, a bit. In PilotEdge, they're really, how do you say, not as tolerant to mistakes. They really will scold you if you make something, if you do something wrong. So it's a bit more intimidating that way. But it is a very effective way of getting the message across, I would say. Not the nicest, but very effective. Yeah, how do we climb this, guys? I remember we tried climbing this before. We didn't quite succeed. Let's try again now.
St. Louis Tower, Skyhawk 4 Alpha Golf, hold it short, 29er south.
Oh, we did it!
Number 4 Alpha Golf, St. Louis Tower, runway 29er, clear for
There we go.
Clear for takeoff, runway 29er, 4 Alpha Golf.
You know that from the last flight. Indeed. There we go. Okay, nice. Right. The parking brake in here. Woo, we did it, guys. The terrain is insane. Probably not by intention, huh? Probably not the way they wanted it to be. Alright, so we're good here. That's nice. So let me double check. If I file a flight plan again, will I see now? Yeah, it's like next is the Cat 5 now. Okay, good. Alright. Probably not, Pokemon. Probably not. Well, hopefully not. Yes, hopefully not. We're never sure. Okay, we have ground, we have tower. Okay, so ground is what we'll be talking with for first. And the ATIS is the same. Okay, because it's the same. It's kind of like a chain, which is nice. You start from one airport, you get to the airport A if we're from airport A to B, and then the next cat rating is from B to C. You know, it's continuous. So we can actually stay here and keep everything on. We don't have to go through all the checks again. Alright, so let's go class Delta to class Delta with flight following. Conduct a flight from Santa Maria to Bakersfield. Hey, this is longer. This is 76 nautical miles. I wonder what time we'll finish. And obtain VFR traffic advisories en route. So this is a bit different. Let me compare. This is a bit, there's a distinction. So it's class Delta to class Delta still, same as what we just finished, but this one is now with flight following. Right? What is that? Well, we'll see that in the next section. But there is a distinction here with Cat 6, because with Cat 6 you get flight following from the ground. So this implies that this one, flight following, is not from the ground, but when you are actually airborne already. And this is made clear once you enter, and it will say obtain VFR traffic advisories en route. Yeah, well, we're en route already. Okay. So, Class Delta airports, VFR navigation skills, traffic advisory services will airborne. Okay. Fly from there. Shortly after departure, pick up traffic advisories to... Okay, this is where it gets interesting because there's a bit of info that you have to give to approach so that they can help you. Take appropriate action if radio reception with LA Center begins to degrade. I'm not sure what that is, but this is something that you do not have in... Well, this is something more to real life, right? The actual radio reception problems. I think we encountered that because we were coming from Yokoyama right here where my mouse is on the way to San Luis, and over here mountains, and underneath when you're in the valley the mountains are kind of degrading the radio transmissions, so we heard a lot of static, so I would expect we would hear that again. Now what I'll do is I'll file an altitude jet that is 5,500. I think that would be safe because if we look at the altitudes here, the safe altitudes here, 5.5, I think that's more than enough. Okay. Inform ATC on initial contact that you are performing the Cat 5 rating. Yes, indeed. Okay. Located in Class Delta airspace. You must obtain two-way. Okay, so this is we know this already. This is what we just did, but this is what's new. Feels like NASCAR. Yeah, exactly the thing. Awesome stuff, KD. Appreciate that. Yes, definitely, KD. I am looking forward to driving it on Friday. I've seen some photos. Very excited to try it out myself. Okay. These types of facilities can be classified as one of two types. Okay, there is an ARTCC, which is Air Route Traffic Control Center. This is basically what we call center, yeah, commonly known as center. And there are 22 ARTCCs. There are 22 center sectors, maybe, which cover the entire United States. Okay, so you can see that. It's not really per state, right? Some of them cover bigger areas, so there are only 22. The second type of radar-equipped ATC facility is the Terminal Radar Approach Control Facility, TRACON, commonly referred to as an approach. So that's why we tune into either approach or center, because these are the two kinds that have their radar and can see planes in a radar-like manner. Okay, that makes sense. TRACONs exist around larger airports and can cover smaller airports near larger airports. Okay, that makes sense. That's why we have been told to where was it? Yeah, that's why we've been told to pick up traffic advisory from Santa Barbara approach. Even though we are in Santa Maria, we're actually getting in touch with Santa Barbara. So it's quite interesting.
Enter right downwind for 27, right, 27, clear to land, 1399.
Okay.
399 remain clear of the Montgomery Class Delta, please.
Raycons also provide several other types of radar services to VFR aircraft. Okay. So request flight following can be requested on the ground at the towered airport prior to departure or after takeoff. For this flight, we'll pick up flight following after departure. Okay. And here we can see this is the Santa Maria details, Santa Maria chart. That's the airport chart, and here you have the different runway information. But also, you have these communications details, right? CTAF, ATIS, and I think I should have this on my chart as well. Yes, exactly. So if I show you Navigraph, so that's where we are at the moment. And it says here, ground tower, you can see here, Santa Barbara departure. So even though we are in Santa Maria, the departure or approach, I think it's the same, just depending on what you're doing. Actually, I'm not sure, but it's the same frequency. So if you look at this guy, say it says there's Santa Barbara approach / departure, right? It's the same frequency. Okay. So we try that first, and then if we can't contact them, then we contact LA Center. I guess that's how it works. Is the LA Center also in the frequency? Yes, it is. So both of them, yeah, it says there, when departure is enough, then you contact center. Okay, cool. So 124.15 is where we contact first. We jump to center if there's no response. Good. Okay. Okay, so on Sky Vector we can actually see this information that they're showing. Nice. But in Navigraph you also see it, so that's good. When calling for flight following, you should format your initial call as follows. So Santa Barbara approach, arrow 4131 Charlie. This is the tricky part. You'd have to know your position in reference to something, in reference to an airport, to a VOR. So here the example is 10 miles northeast of Santa Maria. And then we'll say our altitude, and then our request flight following to Bakersfield. Sometimes you also have to spell it out, especially if it's the smaller airports. They don't know the actual ICAO codes there. So for example, for our case, Bakersfield, flight following to Bakersfield, Kilo Bravo Foxtrot Lima. So that's maybe an optional kind of thing just for clarity. Whew, lots of things. Let me list that down. Okay. So Santa Barbara approach. Okay, and then the call sign, and then the location, X miles. Santa Maria, altitude, and then request flight following to Bakersfield.
John Wayne clearance Skyhawk 8223 November has Oscar request clearance to John Wayne for the I-1.
Okay.
Number 8223 November, John Wayne clearance cleared the John Wayne Airport via on departure flight heading 230, radar vector Seal Beach VOR direct, maintaining 2000, expect 3000 10 minutes after. Departure frequency 128.1, squawk 4410.
Okay, so now that we've done that, they'll give us a squawk. We'll read that back, we'll put it in our transponder, and then they'll wait for us to identify, for them to identify us. And then after that, we basically listen to their instructions. If they are saying there is traffic, then we try and look for it. If we see it, we acknowledge that we see it. Things like that. But the main purpose is to get these kind of radar services, right? If there's traffic, instead of looking at it on our own, they help us out.
223 November.
Number 23 November, read back right.
Workload permitting service. Okay, they can actually deny flight following request or terminate flight following at any time. Okay. This happens, you can simply fly the flight without radar services. Okay. So if they don't allow it, then we just fly on our own. Okay. But that's why it's a request flight following. It's not always given. The fact that ATC is providing traffic information does not relieve you of your responsibility to see and avoid other aircraft. That kind of makes sense. Okay. Basic radar services. That's the flight following. Let's not read all of that. In our case, offers basic radar services provided by Bakersfield Tricon. The chart supplement provides information on this. Look for the R in a circle next to the facility name in a communication section. Okay. So if there's a radar service, there will be an R. Oh, that one, that R right there. Okay, that's cool. Is that also there in Navigraph? Oh yeah, that is there. That's what the R stands for. So R means they have radar services. Okay, that's clear. So you don't really have to know, you can actually just see there. Always wondered what that R was. Cool. Okay. When switching to the TRACON that covers your landing airport, you should advise them of your intentions at the airport and that you have a proper ATIS code. So whenever you tune into approach, before you tune into approach, you have the ATIS already, and tell them what we're planning. Okay.
Departure frequency is 134.9.
Okay, this is the interesting part. Radio reception considerations. So we don't always know where the ATC's transmitters are. So what seems like perfectly reasonable altitude may encounter VHF reception issues. Interesting, especially with interfering terrain. Okay, so as it happens, the relevant transmitter for LA Center, we'll get in touch with them eventually, lies to the south, blocked by 5,100 foot mountains. Therefore, if we are cruising at 5,500, which is what we're planning, you might expect some line of sight issues to come into play. Ooh,
Okay, what's your FBO there? 3.
interesting. This provides an excellent training opportunity and doesn't necessarily mean that your pre-flight planning was
Number 2,
incorrect.
okay, that works. Runway 29er, taxi via Alpha.
Okay. So it is important that you're able to recognize that the radio reception is degrading,
399er, are you parking at Signature?
evidenced by more and more static. Okay, so when we notice that we're getting more static, then we might require a climb to a higher altitude or request a frequency change from another facility. Ah, I see. Okay, so when we start hearing static, you'll have to help me out, guys. If we start hearing static, we can try climbing, or we can ask them if we can be handed over early. Okay. Pilot should monitor guard on COM2 enable as recommended by the AIM as mentioned in the Cat 1. Okay. Yeah. This involves other center transmitters. Okay. So whenever someone needs to reach us, at least we have that in there. Okay. And we always monitor that guard frequency. Okay. Pay attention to radio signal quality. Plan to climb higher or advise ATC of poor reception issue. Okay. So we can say we're getting a lot of static. Maybe we can say getting a lot of static, climbing to 7,500, something like that. Because we're VFR, we are in charge of our altitude. But I think it's best practice to inform them whenever we are changing altitude, just so they
ground,
know.
Skyhawk 8223 November is at Martin Aviation. Got Oscar, and we're ready to taxi.
Alright, so we have
223 November, John Wayne,
1
ground runway
second.
20 right at Kilo, taxi via Bravo Kilo.
This is en route.
20
So the
right via
transcript.
Bravo and Kilo. At Kilo.
Okay. So the transcript starts after departure because it assumes that we already know what to do. Okay, that's clear. 7,500. 23 Alpha Bravo. Squawk. Okay, this is just sample, I think. And then they'll give us altimeters. So this just gives us like a high-level flow of what to do. Okay, I think we can take it from here, I hope. So let's enter that one here. 4131 Charlie, 28 Romeo. 120. This time we are departing from Santa Maria to Bakersfield, which is
St. Louis Tower, Scout 4 Alpha Golf, 10 miles east, full stop with Golf.
Using altitude would be 5,500.
St. Louis Tower,
Just going direct.
runway 29, report 4 miles.
Let's go for
Short
Cat
end 29,
5
report 4 miles, 4 Alpha Golf.
and file flight plan. Okay, good. Alright, I think that's good. Alright. Let's get back here in the plane. We'll have to listen to 80s again because it might have changed since then.
Long Beach Tower, Caravan 20 Mike Echo, holding short 26 left.
Number 20 Mike Echo, Long Beach Tower, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 26 left, state Mike Echo.
Reset the timer. Start that again in a bit. Let's listen to 80s.
Public Airport, ATIS Information Alpha, 0051 Zulu. Wind 280 at 6. Visibility 10. Sky condition, clear. Temperature 22. Dew point 9er. Altimeter 3007. Arriving and
altimeter?
departing runway 30.
Still 30?
Visual images in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact that you have information Alpha.
Okay, we have Alpha. Just, I missed some of that, so let me
Public
get that
Airport,
again.
8 is information Alpha. 0051 Zulu. Wind 280 at 6. Visibility 10.
Okay. It's basically the same
clear.
winds, right?
Temperature 22.
Let's get back to guard frequency. Looking good. Let's go and get our flight plan in. So let's go and delete that. Go from Santa Maria to Bakersfield. Is that right? Yeah. Bravo Foxtrot Lima. Good. And let's do that in here as well.
Number 20, Mike Echo, contact SoCal departure, good day.
Or departure, Mike Echo as well.
Good. And there you go. Okay. Let's get back to traffic in there. Let's get back to home here. 30 would be 301 would be the heading. 301, yeah, should be good. And then the course would be 052. 052. 05.
Siemens Tower, Scout 4 Alpha Golf, 4 miles, runway 29er.
052.
Number 4 Alpha Golf, runway 29er, clear to land.
Clear to land, 29er, 4 Alpha Golf.
So we have Alpha. We'd like to depart to the northeast, right? Yeah, departure to the northeast. And then we have Alpha. Alright, let's try it. And then in terms of taxi, we have to study this. We might get scolded again, so we have to be careful. I would expect they would give us from the FBO to hotel.
Runway 29er, clear for takeoff 280 Quebec.
South.
Number 4 Alpha Golf, traffic support right here, arrival to
Is there a way to
172
know what
southbound.
FBO this is so we won't get scolded again? How do you know that, I guess?
Yeah, Scout 4 Alpha Golf, again, please.
Number 4 Alpha Golf,
Central
traffic
Coast Jet
support
Center.
right
Okay,
here,
it's a
arrival to
Jet Center.
172 will be southbound.
A Jet Center. Alright, Jet
traffic
Center.
inside.
That's good that we have at least that indication in here. So we're expecting we can go from Jet Center, Hotel, and then Bravo 7. And they should be there. The only thing is we have to go through that slope again, which I'm scared of. I'm not sure how we can traverse that safely. So we'll have to see. Alright. 1 to 1.9. Alright, let's go do this. Let's see. And let us refresh that this one is all good. Ground check. Let's skip that for now in the essence of time. I think every flight you have to do that normally.
Showing ground, Skyhawk 8223 November is holding short of 20 right at Kilo.
Stand by, one second. Number 2 Quebec, start the left turn now, please.
Making left turn 2 Quebec.
Now I want to do my U-turn here just so I know what I'm dealing with before we even report to ATC. Just get a peek what kind of slope we'll have to go through.
Number 223 November, John Wayne Tower, running 20 right at Kilo, clear for takeoff.
I think if we go straight, it will
Clear
not
for
be as
takeoff
steep.
20 right.
Yeah, I
8223
think so.
November.
Right. Okay. What's this airport's name again? Santa Maria? Yeah, Santa Maria ground.
Number 4 Alpha Golf, make it right on Bravo, taxi Bravo Alpha to the ramp, this frequency.
Taxi Bravo Alpha to remain as frequency 4 Alpha Golf.
Santa Maria Tower, Arrow 4131 Charlie. Departure to the northeast. Request taxi with Alpha, and we're doing the Cat 5 rating.
Number 4131 Charlie, Santa Maria, ground safe parking.
We are at Jet Center.
Number 413 Charlie, running 30, taxi via hotel.
Taxi via hotel, runway 30, 4131 Charlie. And I still forgot to say that we were at Jet Center. Okay. Crap. How do we cross this one? Simulator issues. Well, this one is the right one. I think I can do it this way, right? So it's not as slopey. Yeah, this doesn't look as scary. Good. Alright, let's taxi. Taxiway is clear. Hotel turns to the right and then turns to the left. Looks good. Alright. Quiet. We don't get that often. Okay. Once we switch to tower, I'll also have to plug in departure.
November, contact SoCal departure.
Just so I have my bearings.
Departure for 8223 November, see ya.
We'll see how that works. Right, hotel. Straight. 3 zeros at the end. We'll switch to tower. Right before we reach the hold short line. Right. Let's get ready. Landing lights, boost pumps. Start the timer. Let's reset that here as well. Switch to tower. Let's get ready the approach. 1, 2, 4, 1, 5. Yes. Okay, good. Alright. So gas, undercarriage. Yes, flaps are up. Mixture, full, prop, switches. Okay, good. Alright. Santa Maria Tower, arrow 4131 Charlie, ready for departure, runway 30.
Arrow 4131 Golf, Santa Maria Tower, runway 30, clear for takeoff on course proof.
Clear for takeoff, runway 30, arrow 4131 Charlie.
Current ground, Cessna 65537.
That's clear.
Great American Aviation, request taxi 2-liner left.
Alright, 65537 towards ground, runway 29 left, taxi via Alpha Golf.
Right.
2-liner left via Alpha Golf for 1537.
Line up, 30. That's the right runway. Low pressure.
San Luis Tower, Skyhawk 5105 is 8 miles to the northwest for full stop with Gulf.
Air 5105, San Luis Tower, left downwind, runway 29, report midfield downwind.
Airspace alive.
Left downwind for 29, report midfield 5105.
Right. Actually forgot to adjust my trims, so it kind of took off on its own. Once we run out of runway, we will start retracting the gear. That should be good now. Tap the brakes, gear up. Good. Let's just get a bit more altitude. Trim it out a bit. Then let's proceed. Stern course. After we get settled, then we'll contact Santa Barbara approach. Good.
Airport up front with Lulu picking up IFR to Burbank.
774 Delta Foxtrot, general lane clearance. Your microphone is 50-50. I get a lot of feedback.
Okay, let me figure something out. Just a sec.
Good. Let's continue climbing. Now when do we switch to approach? After we leave their airspace, I guess, which is now. They will not hand us over because we don't have flight following yet. So it's up to us to switch. Okay. So what I can do, let me turn on autopilot in here. There we go.
Landing clear, whatever it was. 74 Delta Foxtrot, was it any better?
Right, let's switch to tower. To approach rather. Okay, it's ready. Whew, let's do this, guys. We need to know our location. So if I click on Santa Maria here, I'll know how far away I am from the airport. So we are around 3 miles northeast, right? Hey, there's actually someone very near us. Very near. See them anymore. That's good. Right. What will I do again? Okay. Yes, we need to know how far we are away. So around 4 miles. Okay. Santa Barbara approach, arrow 4131 Charlie with VFR request.
4131 Charlie, Santa Barbara approach, go ahead.
Arrow 4131 Charlie is 4 miles to the northeast of Santa Maria at 3,300, climbing 5,500. Request flight following to Bakersfield. Bravo Foxtrot Lima.
4131 Charlie, roger, squawk 6473.
6473, arrow 4131 Charlie. I think it's a different guy, is it? Probably. Start leaning, sure. So now we'll wait for them to say that they have radar contact. Different, thank you. Good. Okay, let's keep that climbing. No traffic in the vicinity. Yeah, we have to be a bit more mindful of the traffic. Am I missing something?
Charlie, radar contact 25 southwest of Fellows.
431 Charlie. Where is that? With this one? Oh yeah, Fellows, right. So they said what, 25 miles southwest of Fellows? Yeah, that makes sense. I actually was looking into this a bit. If they will say, if I should say position checks. So I looked into it. There's a bit of debate in there. So they say, I say where I am, right? And then they try to find me, and then they find me, and then they say where I am from their point of view. And then if I agree with that, then I say position checks. But then I saw that in other places, in forums from real pilots, they kind of don't like the position checks phrase. They say it's redundant. So now I'm also a bit hesitant about it. So I don't anymore use it so much. So now I just say Roger, or I just
November, go ahead.
I just read back my tail number if everything checks out anyway. Right. Start pulling back on the power. The 200. I think I'll keep my throttle full. And then we can lean the mixture together. There's the peak. Ridge of peak, 100 degrees. So around that one. Good. Right, wow, looks amazing, guys. It's a bit scary flying over mountains in a single engine. So this is where this will come in, the Smart Glide.
65537 SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 4,000.
There's a bit of crosstalk in there.
Climb and maintain 4,000.
4,000 or 65537.
Let's double check our fuel. Yeah, it looks good. Should switch out to the left tank soon enough. So the timing still applies. Are we entering any airspaces? No, there is no airspace in this vicinity, but let's double check in Sky Vector anyway. Autopilot is taking care of our lateral navigation, but the altitude, if there are updrafts and downdrafts, we'll still get... if autopilot will not control that for us, we have to be mindful of that. So let me keep this view just to see the altitude while we load up Sky Vector here on the main screen. So now the flight plan is actually Sierra Mike X-ray to Bakersfield. That's the one. Okay, good. And yes, if we just draw a straight line there, there's no other airspace, thankfully. 5,500 is the safe altitude already. Just clearing obstacles a bit. And then we enter the Class Delta airspace in here.
More question. Aircraft column's broken. Wait, Mike Echo connect SoCal approach 135.4.
ETA 26 minutes. We are actually 137 knots on the ground.
Right heading 100 for 23 November.
Not the best, but can take it. Calm winds, thankfully. Let's get ready the center frequency.
135.4.
There was two people stepping on each other, so I'm going to answer your track.
Mike Echo, contact SoCal approach 135.4.
35.4, Mike Echo.
Or 9 Echo Romeo, connect SoCal approach 135.4.
SoCal on 135.4, 9 Echo Romeo.
SoCal approach Caravan 20 Mike Echo, information below request.
208 Mike Echo, SoCal approach. Okay, the one relevant piece of information I need is your altitude. The Riverside altimeter is 3000.
3000 or 5000, and we like vectors for the RNAV 7.
For 208 Mike Echo, you can expect that flight heading 090.
090 Mike Echo.
Is there any problem with your
49 Echo Romeo level at 10,000.
Right heading 170, intercept localizer for 23 November.
Busy.
Guys, I'm just going to get this out there now. When you tune to a new frequency, listen for about 2 or 3 seconds before you speak, and we can avoid the majority of those blocks. We're 4131 Charlie, connect LA Center 135.5.
35.5, 4131 Charlie, thanks.
And who was checking in there that I stepped on?
49 Echo Romeo, level 10,000.
49 Echo Romeo, SoCal approach, interior altimeter 3001. For 23 November, 2 from Snake, maintain 3000 until established on a localizer, quit ILS from 20 right apart.
Man, he is busy. He's handling everything. We'll have to get in touch somehow.
Charlie, descend to 4000.
Okay, that looks good enough. LA Center, Arrow 4131 Charlie, 5500.
4131 Charlie LA Center, Bakersfield altimeter 3005.
3005 for Dream Charlie. Okay, let's go 2 down.
Confirm you're intercepting that Los Angeles 170 radio.
Good. Okay, so he gave us totally different frequency for center. But that's how it is. So we just need to listen.
90 Charlie, turn right heading.
It should be pretty much straightforward. I'll start loading in Bakersfield in Navigraph just so we have an idea what we're dealing with here. Start studying. Let me keep this altitude right there. Okay, so the airport itself, Bakersfield. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So you have a transient parking at the end of runway 30 right. We have ATIS at 118.6, so we can plug that in already. Probably won't hear anything from it yet, but we can try.
6. Visibility 9er. Sky condition clear. Temperature 27. Dew point 6. Altimeter 3005.
9 Sierra Charlie, turn right at 240, intercept the local
left. 30 right. Visual approaches in use. Read backhaul runway assignment and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Juliet.
9 Sierra Charlie is 2.5 miles to Vita VOD, 4,000 to establish cleared localizer runway 7 approach.
0054 Zulu. Wind 240 at 6. Visibility 9er. Sky condition clear. Temperature 27. Dew point 6.
23 November, connect John Wayne Tower
12605. Arriving in parting runway 30F.
Right, good. Need to switch tanks. Left tank, yes. Sounds good. Alright, turn off the landing lights, we don't need that anymore. Alright, so we have Juliet. That will probably change in a bit, so we'll check again later. But at least in case they hand us over to Santa Barbara, we have an idea. Or rather to Bakersfield. We already have the ATIS. So Bakersfield approach and departure, that's this one with the R, right? 12645. Probably that's where they'll hand us over. So we'll get that ready just in case. And we have to be aware of the possible radio interference. Arrow 4131 Charlie, radio check please.
31 Charlie, it's loud and clear.
Thank you. Alright, just checking because we might have gone through that where the static was supposedly there, but there was no one talking, so we couldn't hear any static, and suddenly it went from full to none. But I'm checking, maybe when we cross these mountains, maybe that's where the interference will come in. So we'll see. 46 miles.
5537, connect SoCal approach on 128.1.
31 Charlie, thanks. I still can't get what they say to me. Thanks, I'll do that. We have a tower, ground.
Great, Mike Echo, turn left heading 300.
And then ATIS was saying 30 left and right. Visual approaches in use. So don't really need the RNAV ones. The weather is so good. They'll probably give us maybe a right downwind.
65537 SoCal approach Long Beach altimeter 3001.
No, a left downwind rather. Yeah, probably a left downwind. Runway 30 left or right.
90 Charlie, connect Lindbergh Tower 118.3.
AMGN, not yet, but planning to. How are you doing?
5537, stay approach request.
On Friday, we'll do that. On the trucking stream, rather.
537, expect that.
That's nice. We actually cannot
Mike
hear.
Echo, you're 2 miles from Hague. Maintain 4,000 till established on the final approach course. Clear our nav runway 27 number.
We can't actually hear the opposite sides anymore. The other guys he's talking to. Okay, we're crossing the mountains. There is something. Oh, that's good. There is traffic there. Don't think it's a factor. Yeah, this is how I have this set up. Is over here on the 750. I have all traffic showing regardless of their altitude. So if I zoom in here, I'll see what their altitude is. There. So it's 6,000 feet above. That's definitely no factor. But in here, I only have it on the normal mode, I think. So it's this way. The altitude filter is normal. So I think when it's only close enough, maybe, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000 feet within our altitude, is it showing? But here, where do I have that? Traffic. So I say all traffic. No, 1 second. No, there is somewhere here where I set it up the same. If it's unrestricted, above, below, normal. And here I have unrestricted. I just can't remember where I set it.
208 Mike Echo, connect Riverside Tower 121.0.
And he's still climbing, so that's no problem. Good. How does the 750 know that? The altitude.
SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 4,000.
The altitude of traffic. How does it know other traffic? Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, it's able to do it. So it connects to the PilotEdge. PilotEdge, I guess, sends that signal. It's able to load in the traffic like how VATSIM does it. So you actually see the aircraft outside, but you also see them here in the avionics. It's quite nice. So you can really see someone before you see someone on your avionics, and then you look out and try to spot them visually. It's quite realistic. What is that? So far, no problems with the frequency.
Port of a Foxtrot, clear direct popper.
Yeah, still good, right? Transponder, right. In real life, if they have transponder, then we should be getting them. I'm not sure if that's where Mode Charlie comes in, or is it the ADS-B out? I'm not quite familiar with those technologies yet. I think the newer one is ADS-B out, right? There's one more here. Is it the same guy? No, it's a different guy. This one is nearer. Look at this. 2,000 feet below, and he's climbing. So we have to be very careful. But he's turning, so you can see the relative direction. If that direction goes in the middle, then that means he's on a course the same as where we are. But right now, I don't think it's a problem.
65537, it's going to maintain 3,000, turn right heading 120.
Yeah, it's so hard to spot these planes. Yeah, it should also, yeah, give the location. I think it actually gives the location first, and the altitude is like the add-on with Mode Charlie. So like with this one, not quite sure, but I think if you have it on, then it marks your location. If you say altitude reporting, then it sends your location and your altitude. At least that's how I understood it before. Where's that traffic? They're gone. Okay, good. So listen to ATIS again, just see if the letter changed.
Sky conditions clear.
Temperature 25. Contact Baker Field first 118.8.
118.8, 31 Charlie. Thanks for the help. Let's listen to ATIS first.
You have information Kilo.
Kilo?
Meadows Field, Bakersfield, California. ATIS information Kilo.
Oh yeah, they changed now.
0154 Zulu. Wind 270 at 6. Visibility 9er. Sky condition, clear. Temperature 25. Dew point 7. Altimeter 3006. Arriving and departing runways 30 left, 30 right. Visual approaches in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Kilo.
Alright, good. What approach is this? Bakersfield.
Traffic ensure 11 o'clock. Opposite direction, 5 miles. There's a Skyhawk out of the 3,200 for 3,000.
Okay, looking for traffic 11 o'clock. Nothing for Delta Foxtrot.
Bakersfield approach, arrow 4131 Charlie, 5,600 with Kilo.
Number 4131 Charlie, Bakersfield approach, Bakersfield altimeter 3006.
3006, 4131 Charlie. Just one. And let's get back down to 5,500. Right, I think that's how it is. Yeah. C adds the altitude reporting. But yeah, when the position is given, maybe that's the ADS-B out. Maybe that's the next level.
537 to maintain 2,000.
2,000, Wi-Fi 37.
Okay, let's see. Tower would be 118.1. Let's go with that. And then if we plan for a visual, yeah, let's wait for what they'll give us. But we should start descending. Bakersfield is 500 feet elevation. We're at 5.5. We need to lose 4,000. So when we're 12 miles away, we'll need to start descending. So when we're 12 miles away, I should start signaling, just telling ATC that we'll start our VFR descent. Just so they know that we're changing altitude. Put in the chart on the left side. Transient parking alpha. Okay. The autopilot is helping a lot, removing a bit of my workload. I have to consider so many things. And this is already with weather clear.
Number 12 Alpha, SoCal approach.
If weather is bad, then
5 miles
yeah, it's even worse.
3,300 request flight following to John Wayne Airport.
Number 12 Alpha, radar contact, squawk 6164.
Squawk 6164, 12 Alpha.
There's an airport there below us. Even airports I have trouble seeing. There's someone headed straight for us. Well, not really headed straight for us, but because we're moving forward and it looks like they're slower than us. So at some point we'll be intersecting our paths. It's a very smart technology, able to detect the relative motion. But yeah, they're almost 3,000 feet below, so it's should be okay. But they're like 5 miles to our 2 o'clock. I don't think we'll be able to see them. No GPS only. with PilotEdge, yeah, that might require a bit more guts. Maybe when we're familiar with PilotEdge, yes. Because no GPS I can do.
Contact SoCal approach 134.9er.
PilotEdge I can kind of do a bit, but both of them together, oh, that's tricky. That's a good challenge, yeah. Hopefully, eventually. Looks like we should be able to join a left downwind. Let's see how that looks.
Departure, SoCal departure plan, that's Port Foxtrot, 4,000 feet.
We're 774 Delta Foxtrot, SoCal approach, Los Angeles, altimeter 3003.
So we didn't really get any problem with the static, thankfully. I guess it doesn't always happen.
Server 65537, turn left heading 030.
Actually getting a bit of headwind now, or tailwind rather. 4 knots, not too shabby. Start descending around 15 miles. Yeah. They should hand us over to tower now that we have flight following. Now I'm not sure how to report that to tower actually. If they hand us over, do we have to announce where we are? I don't think so. Maybe we do. Yeah, maybe we do. Switch fuel tanks, thank you. It's good.
River 65537, turn left heading 330. You're 7 miles from the final approach fix. Maintain 2000 until established on the local azimuth ILS runway 30 approach.
Left heading 330, 1000 out of the range, and clear for the runway 30 ILS approach.
Arrow 4131 Charlie is starting VFR descent.
Rudder. November 31 Charlie, report Bakersfield Airport in sight, please.
Still looking, 31 Charlie. I see it. Oh my goodness, this is the problem with LOD. I guess in real life we should see it by now. We are 13 miles away from it. Do you think that's it? It does look like there's a straight line there. Real life is hard to... Okay, good to know. Should be right in front of us. Thankfully we have zoom. Yeah, the runway should be facing that way, right? 301. You know what? Let's adjust that here, 301. So at least we know the direction of the airport supposedly. Would be that one. We have traffic, 2 of them, 2000 below.
November 65537, contact Long Beach Tower, 119.4.
119.4 for 65537 today.
I have no idea, guys. Should we be seeing it by now? I think it's that one. Oh my goodness. Traffic 2,000 feet. think it's that one. Yeah. Yeah, right. That one, right? Are you willing to bet that that's the one? Oh my goodness, no, but it seems like... What is this? Okay. Oh yeah, that's the one.
November 4131 Charlie, contact Bakersfield Tower 118.1 squawk VFR.
118.1 squawk VFR. Thanks for the help for 131 Charlie. Right. Squawk VFR. 6 miles to the west. Right? Southwest, okay.
Number 6238 Alpha, you can read back the clearance whenever you're ready.
Alright, Centurion 6238 Alpha, climb on runway heading
no.
Stay below 3000, departure frequency 120.55 and squawk 5514.
Number 38 Alpha, maintain VFR at or below 1,500.
Maintain VFR at or below 1,500, 38 Alpha.
Yeah, got tired of me. Oh, there it is, I see
Number
it.
123 Alpha, contact Las Vegas departure.
Contact departure 125.47.
Bakersfield Tower, RF 4131 Charlie, 5 miles to the west. Request landing with Kilo.
Number 4131 Charlie, Bakersfield Tower, and the left downwind, runway 30 right, report midfield downwind.
Left downwind, 30 right, report midfield downwind, 4131 Charlie. Okay, good.
Montgomery clears delivery, TBM 850 Foxtrot Romeo, ready to copy IFR to Tucson with Bravo.
30 right, right? Let's go through that.
30 Romeo, Montgomery clearance cleared to the Tucson Airport on departure flight heading 280, radar vectors mission bay VOR, then it's filed. Maintain 3000, expect flight level 310, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.6, squawk 2027.
Report midfield downwind, are we there?
Okay, 850 Fox Romeo is cleared to the Tucson Airport on departure flight heading 280, radar vectors to mission bay, that's filed. Plan maintain 3000, expect flight level 310, 10 minutes after departure, departure 119.6, squawk 2027.
Number 0 Fox Romeo, read that correct.
4131 Charlie, midfield downwind, runway 30 right.
Number 31 Charlie, runway 30 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, 30 right, 4131 Charlie. Now we have to know which one is
ground, good evening.
right.
6238 Alpha.
30 right.
Yes.
Santa Barbara ground, Centurion 6238 Alpha is on the south GA ramp with information Oscar ready for taxi.
Number 6238 Alpha, Santa Barbara ground, runway 15 left, taxi via Bravo, cross runway 25 at Bravo.
15 left via Bravo, cross 15 left at Bravo, great Alpha.
Goodness, that airport loaded in super late. Or maybe just our eyes loaded in super late. Let's do our checks here.
Los Angeles clearance number 8116 Quebec, IFR to Santa Barbara.
Number
It's not good.
Quebec, Los Angeles
Gas,
clearance, I'll get back to you in a minute.
undercarriage, 3 greens, mixture, prop, switches. Okay, good. Let's get 1 notch of flaps in here. Start our turn. Looking good. Glide path should come in soon.
Holding short, runway 30, ready for takeoff.
Number 383, runway 0, Long Beach Tower, hold short, runway 30.
Holding short, 3 Romeo 0.
Carrier ground shares 122, share Quebec General Islands, FBO information Sierra IFR St. Louis, please.
Number 1220 Quebec, Canada Radio clearance, you are number 2, I'll get back to you.
30 right. It's a bit
Number
high.
65537 left or right next taxiway, contact ground.
Next activate and ground for 5567.
We're still in VFR, still in VMC, just not ideal conditions. It's still well within the margins, right?
Number 116 Quebec, clear to the Santa Barbara Airport, Ventura 8 departure to Ventura to join the
I think
Ventura
the airport would be really tricky, that's true.
Kilo Whiskey Alpha.
Would even think about doing an instrument approach in this case.
Maintain 5,000, departure frequency 125.2, squawk 4204.
There's 30 right, you can see it.
Alright, A116 Quebec, clear to Santa Barbara, Ventura 8 departure to Ventura, then 282 radio
flaps. Right.
Clumsy SID.
So checks, gas. Yeah, fuel pump on. Undercarriage, 3 greens, full flaps, mixture prop full. Forward switches are on. Looking good, we are a bit below.
500.
Alright, let's go.
692, correction, 6297 Victor, Santa Barbara Tower, 915 left, clear for takeoff.
915 left, clear for takeoff, back to Victor. Legion 591 with Papa Ray taxi.
Now I have to land there on the touchdown zone because this one with the lights is a displaced threshold, is that what they call it? Which is used only for taking off but not for landing for whatever reason. So you have to land there, way there.
That's 6.5370, 3030, go, press back to 60.
There we go. Full flaps, 3 greens. Yes.
65537 long range runner, understand. Allegiant 591, thanks runway 20 right, full length taxi via Alpha Lima, hold short runway 20 left.
We're at Alpha Lima, or taxi to 20 right via Alpha Lima, hold short 20 left on Lima. Legion 591.
Left.
Number 65537, taxi the signature via Juliet 2, Foxtrot 2, Foxtrot, cross runway 26 left at Juliet.
Turning right on the taxiway as soon as we can. Good.
Juliet 2, Foxtrot 2, cross 26 left at Foxtrot.
Big runway. Goodness, how wide that is.
Number 537, Delta, Juliet 2, Foxtrot 2, Foxtrot, cross runway 25 left at Juliet 2.
Good. Pull back the mixture a bit.
65337, taxi Delta.
We can turn right on Foxtrot.
Foxtrot 2, Foxtrot is a signature.
Oh, this one, actually.
Foxtrot 2 for Foxtrot, and signature for 5537.
Number 907, Victor, contact departure.
Contact departure, that's Victor.
Number 3, Romeo Sierra, contact departure.
Over to departure, 3 Romeo Sierra.
Santa Barbara Tower, since turn 623 at Alpha, hold short 15 left, ready for departure.
Number 623 at Alpha, Santa Barbara Tower, runway 15 left, clear for takeoff.
Where are we?
Clear for takeoff, 15 left, 3 at Alpha.
This is Echo or Foxtrot? This is not in the chart.
Legion 591, contact the tower 126.8.
Over to tower now, Legion 591.
Okay.
John Wayne Tower, Legion 591, holding short 20 left on Lima.
Legion 591, John Wayne Tower, cross runway 20 left at Lima, runway 20 right, full length, clear for takeoff.
Alright, cross 20 left, 20 right, clear for takeoff, full length, Legion 591.
Arrow 4131 Charlie, clear off the runway. Request taxi to the GA parking, transient parking.
Number 4131 Charlie, taxi Alpha to the ramp this frequency. I'll get back to your rating here in a second.
Taxi via Alpha to the ramp. Thanks, and staying with you. 4131 Charlie.
Number 122 Sierra Quebec, thank you for waiting. Clear to the San Luis Airport. On departure, flight heading 275. Radar vector San Marcos VOR, then as filed. Maintain 4,000.
Is that a good sign, guys, that we don't have a rating yet?
Departure frequency 124.
Or are they just busy? We will know soon enough. Right, let's clean up. Flaps up.
275 on departure, radar vector San Marcos is filed.
Off. Landing lights, let's keep on because the visibility is not the best.
2372 is the squawk, Service 122, Sierra Quebec.
Number 2 Sierra Quebec, reback right.
Beautiful tower.
Perfect tower down, South Florida, Foxtrot in zone on the ILS for 18
Number 774 Delta Foxtrot, Burbank Tower, runway 8, clear to land.
Runway 8, clear to land, 774 Delta.
Thanks,
Number
Bruce Layer.
63 at Alpha, radar contact,
I'm not so sure that's how they see it as well. But I hope so. We'll see. Well, it's taxi. It's a long taxi all the way to the end. And then there should be the parking there for GA. Now the airport layout is not 121.
Number 4131 Charlie, congrats on passing the Cat 5 rating.
Thank you, appreciate it, 4131 Charlie. Woohoo! We did it, guys. Congrats, guys. Thank you for helping me out. Oh, I missed some stuff there. Thanks for catching it.
Departure.
For departure now, Legion 591 so long.
Awesome.
John
Two
Wayne
for
Tower
two.
Warrior 12 Alpha 10 miles east 3500.
Goodness, that is scary, huh?
For landing.
We got a bit scolded. We got a bit embarrassed. To learn many things, and in the end, we passed. So I'll take it. I'll take the win.
Runway 20 right.
Thanks, Beer.
Downwind.
You called it. Appreciate it. Yes, we're actually doing all of this in MSFS, right? Shows you how much fidelity MSFS now.
122 Sierra Quebec, Camarillo Ground, runway 26, taxi via Foxtrot Alpha.
Thanks, Pokemon. Appreciate it.
Alpha 262 Sierra Quebec.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Sorry about that wait on your clearance, by the way.
Should be getting there soon. Yeah, I see the buildings in front. The last one, the edge, is where we are going. Here. Okay, good. That's the end. This is the start of the ramp, I think. We'll see. Maybe
Tower,
if we get lucky, we have a marshaller in here.
Runway 20
I don't
right.
think we'll be that lucky.
That's correct.
Thank you, 12 Alpha.
Good. Right. So what's left is we shut this down and we celebrate our victory. Awesome stuff, guys. Right. Let's maybe simulate that there is a hangar here somewhere. I've been watching a lot of 310 Pilot in preparation for the upcoming Cessna 310. I've also been watching a lot of 414A videos in preparation for the Chancellor coming out supposedly in 2 days, I think. Yeah, so lots of cool twin engine planes coming. Hopefully by next week we will actually be flying one of them, the 414 in particular. So we'll see. Good morning, Mojo. Perfect timing. We're just about to end the stream. But thanks for joining. Alright, let's go and shut things down here. Nav lights off. Landing lights off. Let's go ahead and turn off the avionics first. Good. Hold the mixture. Looking good. Turn off the magnetos. Don't forget the magnetos. So yes, I've been catching up on reference material for twin engine piston planes. I even watched the Rebuild and Rescue series where they try to resurrect a Cessna, was it a 401 twin engine piston as well? Been left outside for 17 years. And they've been trying to resuscitate the engine, the exterior, the interior, and everything. It's exciting stuff and learning more about like the interior, the nitty-gritty parts in there. So, cool stuff. Many things coming up. Looking forward to it. Yes, hopefully. Going bigger. 2 engines, hopefully, next week. 2 engines, pressurized plane, so we can go higher. Turbocharged engine as well. That means more performance, even at higher altitudes. And we'll see. We'll see how it looks. So yes, not 11. Oh, he's back to our in-house timer. Thank you for joining, everybody. We'll end the stream here. And yes, looking forward to next week. Hopefully, the Chancellor will be making an appearance. The 414A twin engine Cessna. Cool, right? So let's see. I just woke up, no worries, man. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for joining. Yes, we did it. 2 cat ratings gotten this stream. Thanks for joining me and thanks for the company. Catch you in 2 days for some trucking. Thanks and bye-bye. Clumsy flying. See you soon.